on so we could where is this chat? There you go. Put a number one. Let's type in something. Let's see how we're doing. Who's doing amazing today? Let's get this started, guys. I know some more people are going to join in. Send them a reminder text, remind them, hey, listen, we have the training already started. Send them a text blast, an extra reminder, so we could get this training going. So while we start sending those texts, how we start saying good morning. I love that David Garcia said another day in the paradise. In paradise, awesome, awesome. So a little bit more about me, guys. I started at the age of 18 in the industry. I feel like all I've known is financial services. I've only been in two companies, the previous one and this one, and that's it. And I share that. I'll plug it in later on. I came at the age of 18, and I joined the day right after I turned 18. I was 17. The next day, it was my birthday, and the next day, I joined financial services. Now I come from entrepreneur family. I joined financial services because before I was already analyzing the whole system, right? I have an older sister. She went through going to school, get good grades. She went through that route, got a master's in psychology, and she started working. And when she started making some income, I wanted to see the thousands of dollars, because you went to school, got the degrees, and you're supposed to be making a lot of money. And then when I saw her paycheck, I was like, hold on. Like, she went through everything, and she's smart. Like, my respects to my sister. She got straight A's, honor roll student, 4-point GPA, AP classes in college, everything. And I was like, you know what? Like, if that's the route, I'm gonna follow her, what she does. And I saw her paycheck, her first paycheck, when she started working with her degrees. And I was like, hold on, that's not what I was told. And I looked at my family, the entrepreneur side. They have multi-service agencies. They had a truck. My mother had a trucking company. We've been in different businesses, and I saw them being slaves to their business, right? They couldn't go to in the summer anywhere because they had to be in the business, working the business. And I saw that. I said, there's no freedom there. There's money, right? There's money, but there wasn't any freedom there. And then something happened. That was at the age of 17 and a couple of months, right? I want to say probably 2 months before turning 18. And in the trucking company, my mom had a car accident. A truck had flipped. She went out there, to look at the truck. While going to see that the truck flipped, she had a little Nissan Sentra. A car hit her from behind. The front wheels went up. Another car hit her from the side. It flipped over. The wheels are on, the wheels are in the air. The car's spinning around in New Jersey Turnpike. A Greyhound bus comes and hits her right where she was sitting at, right? And she had to be taken in a helicopter to the hospital, or else she wasn't going to make it. And at that point, I come from a single mother, put my sister through college, no student loans, put me through private school and all this, and everything shot. She was the breadwinner. She was the person that was holding the whole family down. And when I saw that the checks stopped coming in because the trucks were not working, the drivers were not going to work for free. She was in a coma for 6 months. She was about 4 years to pay off her mortgage. The mortgage companies get a little more strict when you're very closer to paying off the mortgage. And I said, there has to be something out there that does two things at that time. One, that I could work hard at it, and it doesn't have to depend on me to keep on generating the income. And it has to have an ingredient that I could make a lot of money fast, legally, ethically, and morally, right? I didn't want to get into, I come from Newark, New Jersey. I come from the hood, so it had to be legal, ethic, and I can't go to jail for it. And at the age of 17, I was looking. There has to be something. I was like, school is the slow way. It might take me 20, 30 years. There has to be something out there. And then I came into financial services. right? I came into financial services. I saw the opportunity, and I connected it with the business of trucking. I said, okay, so we gotta get the distribution going. And I understood the concept right away. I understood the concept of overrides right away. As soon as when I was sitting down and learning about financial services, I was like, okay, it's a distribution business. It's a distribution model. And that's how I got started, right? To share a little bit more about me. Quickly, at the age of 19, I went over a six-figure income. I started building a 100 a month organization coming in every month, over 100 people joining our business. I went to, at the age of 20, at $250,000. At the age of 23, over 300. And my whole career started going up. Every single month, every single year, my income started going. Imagine at a 19, a 20-year-old having $18,000, $25,000 a month coming in like clockwork every single month and growing, right? We had a bonus system. My bonus was about 18,000. And I felt like, you know what, I made it, right? Imagine you've never seen that amount of money. You put in a decent amount of work. I don't want to say a whole lot of work, a decent amount of work. And all of a sudden you have everything. They started flying me to different places. I came out on a TV show. My head got big, right? I was like, man, I'm 23. I'm making $28,000 a month without doing one sale, without doing, at the beginning I did, right? Don't get me wrong. At the beginning, I was the highest personal producer at that time. But it came to a point that it was autopilot, right? It came to a point that I built enough business, enough people. I built an organization where it was just growing on its own. And then life happens, right? Then you start thinking you got it all great and it's going great. And then I was like, you know what? This is something that everybody should be able to know about, right? And that's how I started in the industry, right? That's how I came in. I've never I've never gone out to clubs, parties. I don't know what that is, right? I don't miss it. And people tell me, oh, I did what we preach, right? I'm financially secure, save your money, invest your money, all that. Focus 100% in your business. And it came to a point I was like, there has to be a better vehicle, right? It has to be a better vehicle. Not for me. I felt like I have what I worked for. And then I started searching, right? And looking for something different. And I'm sharing this because when Vantage, one of the things is, when Vantage came to me, I was also looking, right? I was ready for a vehicle. Like, I want to say I was in a Toyota Prius and I was looking for a Lambo or a Ferrari, right? I wanted something that I could put the same amount of work I did when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, right? But it's going to tie 100 times the results based on the effort I put in, right? I was looking, and my brother LJ, we were in like in the similar space, like, man, like we got to get something else. There has to be something out there that is going to 100 times our effort, right? We grew up in the same in the same industry, in the same environment. So we had similar thinking as far as, man, there has to be something not only for us, but more for our teammates, right? I saw people that put in a lot of work, but they were not getting the financial result they deserve for the work they put in, right? And Vantage came in, and right now looking at different leaders in the organization, just collapsed time frames. Just what probably took somebody 5 years, they're doing it in months, in 4 months, right? What took me a year and some change to get at the age of 18 to get to over a 6-figure income, it took me about 4 months here, right? Talk about collapsing time frames. Talk about the speed. And I feel personally that I haven't really gotten started, right? At the beginning, we had some situations, so we really weren't. It's like running with weights, and or a parachute behind you, and you're trying to push But however, now I see leaders, the possibility of us crossing over 100,000. My level of belief is it should be done within 4 months. There should be no reason why any one of us will not cross over 100,000 in income in 4 months. Like if you're not doing that as a normal thing, as something like the bare minimum, like minimum wage, like you're not working if you're not making 100,000 in 4 months. Like, let me just put it out there, right? Like if I don't see every single one of us with a ring in the next 4 months, you didn't work, honestly. Like if you break down the numbers, the other day somebody broke down the numbers, about 3-4 apps a week. That's where the numbers are at. 4 families a week for 4 months, you're gonna make over $100,000 in income. Right? And if you're not able to hustle, move to only help 4 families a week, and I'm not talking a big sell. Oh, Christian, man, I can't find $1,000 or $2,000 client. I'm talking about an average of $200 a month into an app. An average of $200 a month, 4 families at that for 4 weeks, for 4 months. You should be easily crossing over 100,000. Just listen to that. It just takes my mind to another level. I'm like, where are we? How is it that somebody could just focus and help 4 families and cross over a 6-figure income, right? So imagine the possibilities of the vehicle we're in, and the drive for me at that time was the financial situation we were in with the accident my mother had, and at the same time, I saw it from the other side of the picture. I saw, what if my mom passed away? What if something happened to her? I saw it from the point of I saw it through the eyes of the son, not and seeing, man, if my mom passed away, we would have lost the house. My sister would have got graduated from Rutgers. We would have lost everything. And I thought we were financially good. My mom was, she had a lot of trucks. She was bringing about 40,000 a week in income. So I thought we were financially secure. When I woke up out of that bubble, I was like, so how many other kids are going to suffer the same stress, the same fear? And I took it upon me to say, you know what, there's a lot of families, middle income families, that we work hard, but we have no financial education. We're not financially prepared. God forbid something like that was to happen, right? So I took it upon educating the middle class, the hardworking class. I took it upon that, and now my goals right now in Vantage is to help in the next 3-4 months to help some of the leaders cross over 100,000 in income, right? My goal is to have in the next 8 months to have at least 8 people cross over 100,000 in income, based just on the belief that it's so doable. It's so simple. I don't want to say easy. It's so simple, right? We have the scripts, we have the system, we have the vehicle, and if somebody in this meeting is not doing that, it's just you're not working. Like you're not even working. It's like, man, 4 families, what is it? Let's put at 2 hours per family. Exaggerating, like you're not there's families. One of my leaders was like, hey Chris, I helped the family in 20 minutes. Like it was even over the phone. They didn't even want to connect through Zoom. They said, hey man, I want to do this, right? It's so simple. With the training we've been getting, with the scripts, with the farmers, with everything, it's so simple to help a family nowadays, right? And we have Zoom. Back when I started, you had to go to physically sit down with the family, right? Kneecap to kneecap, be there with them, drive down there, pay the toll. I used to go to where I'm in New Jersey, so I had to drive to, let's say, Waterbury, Connecticut. It's like a 3-hour drive for one appointment to get there for them to say, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I didn't, I'll wait for you. I'm not driving 3 hours back without going. I'll wait. What time are you coming? At 9 o'clock. Oh, I have a couple of appointments around here. It's all right. I'll be around that neighborhood. Right. And I went to Starbucks. I went to it. I went to Generate Prospect. I went to this Generate Activity just so my day would not. And I still waited for that. I was like, oh, listen, I'm about to leave. They're like, listen, I'm home. Come by. Right. So nowadays you just have Zoom. You just gotta log in, log off, log in, log off, and that's it. Or even just wait there and you didn't lose anything. So imagine how many families you could literally help through the technology we have today. Now, I want to introduce a video, right? So we could get into the video, into the training. Let's see if we go into this video that we have. Whoever's going to put the video. Can we go into the video real quick?
You know, there are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight and the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that, because those guys are, yeah. You know, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. You know, I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult.
Did you expect them to cheer you on?
Certainly hoping they would.
What are you trying to prove to them?
What I'm trying to do is to make a significant difference in spaceflight and help make spaceflight accessible to almost anyone.
One of the most difficult choices I've ever faced in life was in 2008, I think I had like maybe $30 million left, or $30 or $40 million left in 2008. I had two choices. I could put it all into one company, and then the other company would definitely die, or split it between the two companies. But if I split it between the two companies, then both might die. And you know, when you put your blood, sweat, and tears into creating something, or building something, it's like a child. And so it's like, which one am I going to let one starve to death? I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I split the money between the two. Fortunately, thank goodness, they both came through.
What was your biggest failure, and how did that change you?
Well, there's a ton of failures along the way, that's for sure. Like, so as I said, for SpaceX, the first 3 launches failed. And we're just barely able to scrape together enough parts and money to do the 4th launch. If that 4th launch had failed, we would have been dead. So multiple failures along the way. I tried very hard to get the right expertise in for SpaceX. I tried hard to find a great chief engineer for the rocket, but the good chief engineers wouldn't join, and the bad ones, well, there was no point in hiring them. So I ended up being chief engineer of the rocket. So if I could have found somebody better, then we would have maybe had less than 3 failures.
That 3rd failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. So many people tried to talk me out of starting a rocket company. It was crazy. One good friend of mine collected a whole series of videos of rockets blowing up and made me watch those. He just didn't want me to lose all my money. We're doing these things that seem unlikely to succeed, and we've been fortunate, and at least thus far they have succeeded. Now is the time to take risk. You don't have kids. As you get older, your obligations increase. And once you have a family, you start taking risk not just for yourself, but for your family as well. It gets much harder to do things that might not work out. So now is the time to do that before you have those obligations. So I would encourage you to take risks now. Do something bold. You won't regret it.
How did you figure you were going to start a car company and be successful at it?
Well, I didn't really think Tesla would be successful. I thought we would most likely fail. But I thought that we at least could address the false perception that people had that an electric car had to be ugly and slow and boring like a golf cart.
But you say you didn't expect the company to be successful, then why try?
If something's important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is failure.
Or how do you think about making a decision when everyone tells you this is a crazy idea? Or where do you get the internal strength to do that?
Well, first of all, I'd say I actually think I feel fear quite strongly. So it's not as though I just have the absence of fear. I feel it quite strongly. But there are just times when something is important enough, you believe in it enough, that you do it in spite of the fear. I think about what technology solution is necessary in order to achieve the particular goal, and then try to make as much progress in that direction as possible. I think being a multi-planet species and being out there among the stars is important for the long-term survival of humanity, and that's one reason. But then the part that I find personally most motivating is that it creates a sense of adventure, and it makes people excited about the future. If you consider two futures, one where we are forever confined to Earth until eventually something terrible happens, or another future where we are out there on many planets, maybe even going beyond the solar system, I think that second version is incredibly exciting and inspiring, and there need to be reasons to get up in the morning. Life can't just be about solving problems. Otherwise, what's the point? There's got to be things that people find inspiring and make life worth living. When my brother and I were starting our first company, instead of getting an apartment, we just rented a small office and we slept on the couch. And we showered at the YMCA, and we're so hot up we had one computer, so the website was up during the day, and I was coding at night, 7 days a week, all the time. And I sort of briefly had a girlfriend in that period, and in order to be with me, she had to sleep in the office. So work hard, every waking hour. That's the thing I would say particularly if you're starting a company. Whatever area that you get into, given that even if you're the best, there's always a chance of failure. So I think it's important that you really like whatever you're doing. If you don't like it, life is too short. If you like what you're doing, you think about it even when you're not working. I mean, it's something that your mind is drawn to, and if you don't like it, you just really can't make it work, I think.
All right, awesome, amazing video. As soon as the video started, were the first three things that came to my mind, right? It's can you imagine you're doing something and people are against you, your heroes that you look up to. For us, it might be even our parents, some coaches, friends that you might look up to and see their words. And it came to me that when we focus on something big, one of the other things, the second point that I'm getting is the vision that he has to go beyond, right? What's gonna happen is the first thing he was getting ridiculed. We're gonna get ridiculed when you talk about changing your life, becoming a multi-millionaire in the next 12 months. For somebody that can't grasp that idea or that belief, is like, man, are you crazy? Right? Yeah, you? Let's see it, right? So it's gonna go through that. The second part is the violent opposition. There has to be opposition. When you think so big that is not normal, it takes you out of their comfort zone. There's opposition, like his friends showing him all the rockets, right, that are exploding. He might have had a good intention of saying, listen, I don't want you to lose all your money, but yet that's that violent opposition that you're being opposed. Man, you see it's not working, like, get a good job, like that thing is you're drinking the Kool-Aid. It's so opposed. It reminded me once that it was like, oh, it was a family member. I was walking in a restaurant and they're like, are you a millionaire yet? And I was just 2 months in. I was like, I mean, you've been working for 40 years. You ain't even breaking 6 figures. I'm 2 months in. Like, give me a couple of more days. Give me a couple of more months, right? That was my level of ability. But I expected opposition. I expected people to not see what I see, because they hadn't experienced that, right? That's why for me, training and the environment, it's so key, because once you're in the environment, right, it slowly but surely people start questioning their own doubts, their own beliefs, their own level of thinking. Like, man, I see a lot of people getting over 6 figures. I see Dan, I see LJ, I see Trisha, I see Mika, and they start saying, so you know what? Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. Maybe it is possible, right? And then their numbers start clicking over, and the last thing they accept it as being self-evident, right? So 3 stages. The first one is that they're gonna ridicule you. The second one, they're gonna get opposed, right? And the third one is that they're gonna say, you know what? I knew you were gonna be successful. I just was testing you, right? I knew you were gonna do something big, right? The problem is, what if you doubt? What if you are you're ridiculing yourself, you're opposing yourself? What will happen if that? See, for what I get from that video is that he never wavered. He never said, you know what, they might be right. He said, not for a second I doubt it. He put all the chips in, every single dollar. He put everything in. And I feel for us to be successful at that level, we have to put 100% of our effort, not a conditional commitment. Let me see how it goes this week. Let me see if my production hits this week. Let me see if I get paid. And conditionally, let's see if I get promoted. Let's see if this person stays. Let's see if I hire this person. You're conditionally committed. It's 100% commitment, right? You got to be 100% committed. And even if it's looking the darkest at that moment, you know you're a one person away from an explosion. You're one person away from building an organization. And that person is you, is switching that mindset into being consistent and relentless towards your goals. And I want to leave you to the next person. I met this leader at the search retreat. Me personally, I think she's one of the most caring, right? Not like unselfish person, right? She just cares about other people winning, and she was there as a leader that qualified for that meeting. So that shows me that she's also a leader. She's personally out there helping families. She's personally has the crusade in her heart, and when you have those 2 components, the results and the money, everything's just gonna follow by default, just based on those 2 leadership qualities. So let's give a big hand to Enliza. Thank you, Enliza.
All right, Enliza. Woo-woo.
Good morning. Good morning to all of you. My gosh, how many of you, if you can put in the chat, where are you exactly at right now? Because it's called Vantage National Saturday. And I appreciate you all for being here. Some of you may just be starting your day, but we're already done with our coffee here at the East Coast, right? Our friend here, Mr. LJ is on, as well as Christian, who just hosted this meeting this morning. Good morning to all of you. I'm excited to share with you a crusade this morning, but I want to acknowledge what Christian said, and thank you for all those kind words. Christian, I just want to share with you that you are truly a crusader yourself, right? You do what you preach. And I thank you for that. And that's why we're here in this organization, right? And I watched that video too that talked about blood, sweat, and tears. How many of you felt like when you were starting, it's like that? But there's also this part of failing 3 times. Let's bring it down to our level. How many of you have been on the field recently? How many of you really at some point kind of like were turned down, or, oh, no, I'm not going to get that? It's their plan. It's not your plan. But with that, I just want to also share with you that October is National Financial Planning Month. 33% of Americans don't have a written plan, and we give that for them for free. For free. It doesn't cost them to meet you or me, right? So today, I'm just going to share with you all these great leaders that will be coming on, but make sure even the leadership have to have this in their heart. I hope you have it when you move to Vantage, when you join Vantage. At least I'm hoping that you keep this in your heart. Yes, thank you so much, Christian, for sharing that. Yes, we love people. We help people, we let them achieve their dreams through the products and services that we do, right? We want to empower them as many as we can. That's why it's called National Saturday. I can't wait for us to go international, right? We have another sharing of what we do this Tuesday. So direct the people here. But let me bring it to this point. I have 8 minutes left here, and I just want to share this with you. And if I have to go back, LJ is going to be able to relate to this more so Christian and all of the people who came from this particular company. I was very new in the industry, but then also at that point, I learned about the LB of one company. And I was even questioned. I was ridiculed. Why am I writing term? And I said, why not? This is what the client can really, at this point, pay for, right? And sometimes I have to help them saving in their car and home insurances just for them to be able to pay for a term policy. But I didn't listen to them. I have to take care of the client first, right? Just so you know, if you can look into this next slide here, this person has a term policy that doesn't have an LB, but we put in a claim for a living benefit. And it was approved. And look, a check of 350,000 is enclosed, right? And basically, it should be at least 450, but it was discounted. Oh, well, because that's what they found out, that she's going to be better and that she has her way, good life ahead of her. Did you know that at some point she lost almost $20,000 to care for herself? And I came from a Hawaii trip. And that first call on a Monday morning breaks my heart. This is my first LB claim in 2016, right? And so with that, this lady was able to recover the $20 that she lost. She was able to bring herself to school from a nursing assistant who's paying with Primerica, excuse me, I would say, I have to say it. She's paying $59 for $400,000 policy that's about 10 years old. So what we did is convert the same amount of premium, which is 59.06 cents, to have a $500,000 policy with living benefits. And it's also 10 more years longer. But you know what? We applied this policy, and I believe you're here, you're listening this for a reason. I meant to meet that lady too, because September 3 is when we put in the application. Because this is a new product at that time, I want to share with you, it didn't get approved until July of 2015. It's a lot of back and forth, but it was a claim in April of 2016. So I got charged back, right? Because it's less than a year. But just imagine somebody who paid $59, let it 60, for a year it should only be 720. She's not even a year, she's only 9 months. 60 times 9 is only 540. And this client with a $500,000 coverage received a check of $350,000. Right? Why would you not continue after 3 times of failure, after 3 times of denial, after 3 times of people saying, oh, it's not going to work, it's not going to work. It is working. But some of the things that we do just don't happen right away. We may not see it in our lifetime. But I believe so much in LB, whether it's in an IUL or in a term. And I believe so much that I told this RBP of Primerica, I'm going to replace all the policies once I meet them. But I'm going to tell you this, if the situation allows. But I'm going to tell you this, I'm grateful to all of them. Because if we have not met them, all of the clients have coverage. The only thing, though, is a death coverage. It doesn't have a living benefit coverage, right? So, but just imagine right after the claim, what happens to the policy, right? There is still a 10% remaining death benefit, and that person who received $350,000 is now what? Just paying $8.26 for the remaining 10% of coverage. It's amazing. right? It's amazing what we do. But recently, before I moved to another state, I'm just going to show you real quick. I had these two claims as well that came in, that we have to give to the client, that we have to provide to the client. She was initially working for me, and she says, "Oh, I can only afford term." And I said, "Sure, let me design something for you." And so we put in $250,000 term, and she's only paying $82.78. Can you imagine somebody who's almost 60 and says, "Well, this is the only one I can afford"? And I said, "Sure." But after the claim, because she has cancer as well, 82 for paying a certain amount was able to get $206. Let me ask you, the client doesn't need the $206. How can you help her? She's almost 60. She wants supplemental income. Can you still help her with our products? Type yes, right? And what are the products that we can help her with? We have about $200,000, $206,000 out of 250 LB coverage. Don't we do wonders for them? But this story is very close and very dear to my heart because, if I may go back, she's very dear to me, that I said, "You know what? I want you to have a permanent policy. Whatever you do here at the office, I would like for you to put that into something permanent as well. Because just in case we ran out of that term, you still have a permanent policy." So she now has 100,000 coverage as well. But look, 85,000 on top of the 206. This is amazing. You know what pains me a lot? Because she is sick, she can't even tell the only brother in the Philippines that she is sick, because he just had stroke. Can you imagine somebody is hurting and you can't do anything, but she's also hurting herself? When I visited her 3 months ago, after we left California, which is September last month, you know what she said? "I still haven't told him." But she's been claiming this benefit already, and she's been helping her. So there's a reason why we meet people. There's a reason why we have a coverage. I know you're doing your part. You're listening to this. You're a part of this. And I hope you have one. You have one, right? And so at the end, the summary is like this. Now, instead of her paying the 270 plus the term policy that pays, how much was the term policy before? She's just paying to 82 plus the 270. But after that, look what happened here. She's now only paying $20,000 and $20.54 and $10.60. $10.60 for $25,000 term and $10,000 for her IUL. But that's after receiving about $290,000 to $300,000. She still have this coverage, right? So how great are the things that we do for families, and what that money can do to help them take care of someone, take care of themselves, but also, have another supplemental income for her, right? She didn't have emergency funds. $92,000 as an emergency fund is awesome. I put the 200,000 in an annuity. You probably would guess, because I want to protect that. But also, I got her a final expense. So there's just that one phone call. That's it, right? So there's so much that we can do for them with the products and services that we do. So after the LB claims, this is her situation. The total payments on both IUL and term is only almost 14,000. We wish not to have this, not to have a cancer, but recently, just so you know, a good friend of mine was diagnosed with cancer. Both breasts will be removed. And for me, as a woman at this stage, it's devastating. I need to be there with her. I was there for her. We just filed our claim for $500,000, right? So I want to close with this. Keep that mission close to your heart, right? Helping people achieve the life of their dreams, but also helping people achieve those dreams without having to worry about money, because what we have is protection, and also what we have is peace of mind when we provide them that product, that services that we do for others, right? It's a small price to pay for the peace of mind of anyone. We just have to go there and give them that concept. It's not a gamble. It's a choice to protect our loved ones. It's a choice now to even protect their family with all these living benefits, right? This is the time, and this is the perfect time to plan, right? When the roof is not needing any repair, right? So my wish and my prayer for all of you, my Vantage family, technically is to see yourself who you truly are, right? You pray for that and what you can do. Why are you here pretty much at this point? And don't just be a recipient of product. You know, you're here, you're listening to me. You are an owner of a product, I hope, right? And I wish that you just don't be a recipient. You become also an ambassador of what we do. You become a messenger. You share this to all of them, share the concept, and it becomes a plan. And once the plan becomes a contract, then the policy is realized. So a product of a product, right? So with that, I'm just so excited to share with you the many things that's happening in our company, the many products that we have to help people out there, right? But more so, a family is now protected as I have my peace of mind. A family is now protected because we have them. And in times of sickness, we are there for them through the products that we help them with, right? So type yes if you own a product with an LB or even any product that you can qualify for, right? And if you have more than one, you are a recipient. The person who brought you to the business loves and cares for you, right? Just remember that, right? Because it's 75% preparation, sometimes 25, sometimes 10% execution for them to have it. But we prepare for it. We thought of them. We love them dearly. That's why we design a plan for them, right? And so again, make sure you are not just the recipient, but you are a herald, you're an ambassador of the many things that we do here. As we get closer and closer to the holidays, keep things close to your heart as well as we help people with what we do to have better lives like you do. So write this down. Receive, be a good receiver. Receive. Number 2 is own, and please share. Please share. With that, I'm so excited to bring the next speaker and the next trainer, right? And I am so happy to be around good people like him. But this gentleman is somebody that I yet have to meet, right? And I'm so excited that even the great David Garcia from California is providing us some support and saying, hey, I met this gentleman, he's this, right? So not too many leaders are like that because they help and they support. And that's the quality of people that you have. So our next trainer, and he's going to be speaking too today. So just watch out, listen in, right? The next one is coming from Central California, Fresno to be exact. He's actually in business for about 10 years now and happily married with a son. His background basically is in the healthcare and health education. So we kind of connect there of service to others, but also it's through the nonprofit. So some people may ask how much was the commission, and I'm getting this text messages. I'll show that next time when I have more time. But this person is coming from a nonprofit, I would say, but this time he's for profit with what we do here as we help others. Without further ado, let's want to listen in to Mr. Pao.
Let's go, Pao.
Let's go. All right. Thank you so much. Can you guys hear me? All right. Thank you, Enliza, right? Thank you so much for the introduction, and that was wonderful.
Oh, yeah,
and
bro.
And first, I just want to say I got to meet some of the leaders here last week, and Iowa. And I tell you, man, I'm just so proud to be a part of all these great leaders. And besides that, I just want to say thank you to Dan and all the leaders who've been running the National Saturday here. And I think this is a powerful tool and powerful training for Vantage agents. So me and my team, we're just like excited and happy to be a part of this training. And I'm just excited to be able to train today and share with you guys a lot of things that I learned about in this industry. So Dan want me to talk to you guys about recruiting mentality. But before I get in, let me share a little bit about myself. Is that when I was born in Laos, came to the United States when I was 7 years old, and I went through the whole traditional system of going to school, staying in school, going to college, and graduating from college, and then getting a job. I did all that, but then the whole time I always feel like there's something missing, or I was born to do more than just going to work every day at a job, clocking 8 in the morning and clock out at 5 p.m. and then on the weekends spend times and enjoy functions with families and people, friends. I always feel like there's something else that I can do more than that. So that's where it led me to Vantage. And I totally believe that Vantage is, it's the best business out there. We have the best system and we have the best comp plan. With all the people that I meet and I talk to and I recruit, they are just so excited that they're never seen a business, this model with such a great comp plan, and this conversation system is powerful. You can make a lot of money in this system, whether you're doing personal or you're building this business. So I'm just excited to be a part of here. I'm excited to be a part of all these great elite leaders. So let's jump into recruiting mentalities, right? Okay, recruiting mentality, we can go into the whole book, learning all that. But to me, how I view it is that, to make it simple, to make it simple is that recruiting mentality is a habit, okay? It's a habit because, why did I say it's a habit? Let's take a look example of, let's just say, somebody who likes to gamble, or somebody who likes to fishing, right? These people here, every day they think about that, or every weekend they think about that. You take a look at somebody who likes to play poker. They can sit at a table and play poker all day, like 24 hours, 2-3 days, and they don't get tired of that, because they're addicted to it. So recruiting is a habit that you must do it every day, all the time, until it becomes a habit, until you become addicted to it. So how do you get started? Well, first of all, you, the leader, or if you had an associate, you, the leader, help the associate create a prospect list, right? You have the prospect list. The way I do is that every day you must look at your prospect list. Looking at your prospect list will give you the mindset of, I need to go out there and recruit. Well, when you're recruiting, basically what you're doing is you're just giving people an opportunity to change their lives, because there's a lot of people out there who's been beat up, who's tired of their word, who's tired of their boss. They want to do something else. They're looking for changes. They're looking for opportunity. So basically, recruiting is you're just going out there giving these people opportunities to better their lives. So that's just how I look at it. So every day you look at your list, you're like, okay, who on my list here that I can talk to, that I can share this opportunity with? Who in my list I can help protect, have the proper protections? Who can I go out there and talk to? And then, and then on your prospect list, you always have to keep adding names to it, right? Because if you're not adding names to it, it's just like a business, right? You own a restaurant, and if you don't have enough, food or supplies, stock, and then when people come and order food, you don't have the food to cook, the ingredients to cook for the meal that they order. Look, you're gonna go out of business. So our business is the same model. Recruiting is a lifeblood line for our business. So if you do it enough, you're gonna start to realize that recruiting is very important, and you're gonna start to realize that, look, and you have to start to accept that, look, we're in the business of recruiting, because in this world we live in right now, either you get recruited to something you don't like, or you recruited to something that you like and you want to be a part of. So I'm just happy that I get recruited to Vantage, a business I like, and I want to bring in people who wants to be a part of this and that change their lives. So again, like I was talking about, habits, okay? You keep doing it over and over every day until you get in habits, and you get into, and it becomes an addiction, okay? So a lot of people always ask, okay, well, in that case, how do I recruit? Okay, look, that's the kind of question I asked myself when I first started in this industry too. But I started to realize that how is not important as why, because knowing how can only get you so much or so far, because eventually you're gonna run out of energy. But if you know why you're doing this business, you know why you need to build this business and why you're doing it, that's 90% of this business. 10% of how you'll figure it out, you know. So if your why is strong enough, you have enough reason why you want to do this business and why you want to help people and why you want to offer this opportunity to a lot of people out there and build this business. If your why is strong enough, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna do this business. You're gonna figure out how to do it. So again, 90% of this business is of recruiting is just why having a strong reason to it, you know. So with all that, it's also a mentality, right? So recruiting is also a mentality because you know you go out there, you start recruiting. There's going to be people who's going to reject you. People going to say, "No, I don't want to do that business." They're going to give you all kinds of objection, all kinds of rejections, or they're going to say all kinds of negative things to you. And you have to be strong, you know. You have to feed your mind or feed yourself and tell yourself that look, and that's where it comes down that your why has to be strong. So one thing that you have to always understand that I always tell myself that look, I'm only one recruit away from an explosion, right? One recruit away from from an explosion or getting my business blow up. Or I can always say, look, I'm only one recruit away from helping one person change their lives. You know, you never know because there's people out there who are waiting for you. They're just out there waiting and they're stuck. They don't know what to do with their life and they need you to go and save them, you know? So recruiting is a mindset. To help you continue to have that recruiting mindset, you also need to set short-term goal and long-term goal. So let's just say if your goal is, let's say this month, to do 5 recruits. So if you set that goal, then it's gonna force you to go out there, or you're gonna have the energy to go out there. Say, look, this month I want to go out there and help 5 people change their life. Or you say, look, this whole year, by the end of the year, I want me or my team to recruit or have 100 recruit per month. See, these are short-term goals, long-term goals that you can set in the long run. That you want to build 1,000 people or 10,000 people. By setting these goals, it keeps you in that recruiting mindset. You know, we have such a powerful system, right? The 6 steps and 10 steps launch. Our system is powerful. You just go out there, you recruit somebody, and you just, you know, take them through our steps. You know, if this is for them, they're gonna stay in the business. They're gonna build. If it's not, it's gonna filter them out. So our system is, you know, I look at our system and I say, look, our system is so predictable and profitable. You know, anybody can do it. You know, I have a lot of people that I met that are very smart and people who are not smart, and even the people who is not smart. You know, sometimes they make more money because all they gotta do is just follow the system, and the system is there for everybody to follow. So all these are all recruiting mindsets, right? You know, back in the days, we used to do a lot like drop by, stop by, contact, and then meeting up with people. All these are recruiting mindsets. But nowadays, social media makes it so easy. You know, I'm not so much of a social media person, but I'm starting to learn now because think about it. You can just post something on social media. You know, Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. All these are prospecting. You know, you're trying to get somebody to come and look at what you're doing. You know, you see people doing podcasts, and all these things are recruiting tools that you can use. Like if you're doing every day, that's recruiting. That's the mentality that you want to keep going. So, you know, bottom line is, you know, recruiting is a habit, and you have to know why you're doing it. So let me just read off some stuff right here. Why recruit is important. If you have enough strong reason why you're gonna recruit, you're gonna go out there and recruit. But recruiting is, like I said earlier, recruiting is the life bloodline of our business. It solves everything, you know. So as a leader, you look at it. When you don't have appointment, just go recruit. Okay. When you don't have money, just go recruit. When you don't have no momentum, go recruit. Okay. When you're frustrated with your team and they're not listening to you, go recruit. You know, when your team doesn't recruit, you the leader, go recruit. You know, so when your team don't sell, you the leader, go sell. Right? When your team complains, dude, you don't complain. You go and recruit. Okay? When your team lose their dreams, you just keep recruiting too. And then when your team has no excitement, go recruit. You know, when your team miss a meeting, it's okay. You go recruit. When the market drops, like right now, market, you know, it could be good, it could be bad. Go recruit. Don't worry about the market. Can't control that, you know. So when somebody quits on your team, don't feel sad. Go recruit. Get another one. You know. When your big star disappear and you're like, damn, like I put so much time to helping this person and they just left me. Forget it. Go recruit. You know. So when you're feeling down, go recruit. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about your feelings. You know, nobody cares about your feelings. Go recruit. You know. So when you think about your family, that should give you more reason why you should go recruit. You know, when you want to help somebody, go recruit because you're not recruiting, you're not helping somebody. So, um, you know, when you go shopping, go recruit. You know, like I tell my associate, look, don't plan on go recruit. Recruit on your like as you go. You know, as you go your day, recruit. Always think about your head, recruit. You know, so when your car break down, they trying to help you recruit that person. Look, man, recruit gotta be an all the time thing, man. If you're not recruiting, then your business is a dying growing. So, look, I believe that our company is probably one of the best company in the industry now, and Vantage need you to do your part, and you need to do your part. You know why? And I need to do my part because that's the reason why we're in this business because we want to build it big. We want to grow big. You know, whatever the reason is, could be financial freedom. You know, that big house, or your family, or generation wealth, or legacies. Look, recruit solve all problems. So focus on recruit, go out there and build it big. So thank you for having me and this opportunity to present and share with you guys.
Pal, really quick. I want to ask you a quick question. I love hanging out with you last week. Why do you think people are scared of the word recruit?
Well, the word recruit has just been very negative out there, right? You know, when let's just say when you get recruited, it's not negative, it's, you know, but when you go recruit people are scared. So just look at this. People are scared because they think and they say they don't know how. So let's just say, let me give an example, like let's say like a kid or an adult, you know, let's just say they don't know how to swim. You tell them, hey, jump in the pool. They, of course, they're not gonna jump. They're like, oh shoot, I'm gonna die, right? Well, don't jump. You don't know how to swim, right? but they're scared because they don't know how. But I believe that if you have a strong why, right, you're gonna go out there and do it. You're not gonna care about all the rejection or all the negative things. For example, right now, if we have a promotion and I say, look, guys, whoever can go out there and recruit 5 people in the next 5 days, okay, I'm gonna promote you to the next level. I tell you, a lot of people is gonna go out and do it, right? Because that's the reason. You know the reason why. You know what I mean? Or I say, look, go recruit 5 today, and I promote you to MDs. They're gonna go recruit. So people just need to like leaders. As leaders, you just need to show your people that look, you need to have no reason why. When you know that the reason, they know the reason, they're gonna go out there and do it. They're not gonna care about rejection. They don't care. They don't know how to do it, but they know the why. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Alyssa. You know, and thank you, Dan. Thank you to the group, the leaders that put this together, and thanks for letting me and the opportunity to share with everybody here. You know, so you know, like everybody here knows how to recruit. Everybody here just need to have a stronger why. So even myself, you know. So let's just go out there and do it, guys.
Hey, good job, buddy.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and take over from here for a few minutes. My name is David Garcia. I don't know if you guys remember me. I'm currently 40 years old, but I feel 24. All right. I've been in the business 20 years, and my career is just getting started. Is everyone still up? I want to like kind of get some energy going. Can you just unmic yourself and say what's up? Hey, what's cracking?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
We're here.
Yeah, we're breaking to 100 attendees from 11 states.
Okay. I'm just trying to liven it up. So I'm gonna hit 3 quick key points. I was just thinking, how can I benefit the team? Okay. 1 is what it takes to be successful in this business. 2 is how to make your sales stick, and 3, how to re-engage a ghost prospect. Okay. So back on being successful. On the outside, it looks like being successful is boring. right? I'm in bed by 9:30. I'm up by 4. I work out every day. I read every day. You guys got to create a primary aim, okay? And when you do that, pretty much all your vices have to go, okay? Bad decisions, they have to go. Laying in bed when you should be working, you have to go, okay? Hiring people that aren't great, you got to let them go, okay? You never get anything for nothing. I'm going to play a quick 2-minute video that is probably one of the best videos I've ever seen, and it really pumps me up, and it's going to wake you guys up real quick. Hold on. I'm not good at this tech stuff. Okay, let's go.
One of my direct subordinates, one of my guys that worked for me, he would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. And finally one day he was telling me about some issue that he was having, some problem. And he said, I already know what you're going to say. And I said, well, what am I going to say? He said, you're going to say good. He said, that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say good. And I said, well, yeah, when things are going bad, there's going to be some good that's going to come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better. Oh, mission got canceled? Good. We can focus on another one. Didn't get funded. Didn't get the job you wanted. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Got tapped out? Good. Got beat? Good. You learned. Unexpected problems? Good. We have the opportunity to figure out a solution. That's it. When things are going bad, don't get all bummed out. Don't get startled. Don't get frustrated. If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
So as a leader, you have to lead by example. This was me this morning at 4:30 in the morning. Okay. Did someone's... All right, can you guys still see my screen? No? What happened? Okay. All right. So grit is your non-negotiable path for success. In this business, nothing gets handed to you. No shortcuts, just grit. What's the definition of grit? Grit is pure drive, relentless passion, and perseverance. It's pushing through rejections, carrier issues, and policy declines. For example, you got to keep moving forward no matter what. Why it matters. This industry throws curveballs daily, rewrites, rejections, clients ghosting you. It's all part of the game. Only those with grit keep going. Only those with grit win. Now, the tough realities of being an insurance agent: objections, rejections, clients push back, hesitate. They got to outright, think it over every night. You don't back down. You got to educate, follow up, stay patient, and take nothing personally. Okay, you got to just bounce back, go to the next appointment like the first one didn't phase you. Carrier issues, the policy declines. If a policy falls through, guess what? Find another carrier to rewrite it. What we do is we fix problems. We don't make excuses. And one of the things I'm gonna get into is ghosting. Clients that ghost you, they vanish. It's frustrating, right? Yes, but you got to stay persistent, professional, and relentless. It's just another hurdle, but it's not the end of the road. Grit in my story. Like I said, I've been doing this 20 years. I built a client base over 19,000 clients, mentored over 600 agents. It didn't happen overnight. It took grit, follow-ups, grinding through the toughest days. I face endless rejections daily, but grit gets me through it. Every day I wake up, push, and that's how I built this business. This week I had the flu. I was still in here every day, and my team sees it, so I don't ask any of my team members to not do anything that I don't do. Okay, I'm the first one in, right? I'm usually here by 6:30 in the morning, and I'm the last one out usually. Okay, why? I don't need to. It's just because I'm so passionate about what I'm doing. If I'm building a team right now, like I said, you have to lead by example. Grit means putting in the time, discipline, and effort when others won't. And like I said, you got to lead by example. Your team watches everything. If you lead with grit, they'll follow. When you push through the toughest days, they will too. You got to build a culture of grit. It's not just about selling policies. You're building a team that's resilient, driven, and unshakable. That's how we grow. You got to be consistent. Grit isn't flashy. It's showing up every day when you're tired. It's the grind that builds long-term success. Conclusion, grit always wins. Success in insurance isn't about talent or charm. It's about those who refuse to quit, get up early, stay late, fight through every challenge. Grit isn't optional. It's your foundation. Okay. Now, how to place a case. So I'm not going to go into selling a case or whatever. What I'm going to go into is, even though if a client, that you sold and it took, 2, 4, 6 weeks to get approved, and then they're approved, and even though they want to spend $500 a month on the IUL, right? If you don't call them right as soon as they're approved, and let's just say they get drafted, even though they're anticipating it, a lot of times they're going to get mad and possibly canceled. All right. So we work so long and hard. We do these Zooms, we do these business launches, we make a sale, spend tens of hours on this one case to go lose it for a simple not notifying the client they're going to get drafted. That's a very big issue. I'm pretty sure you guys ran into it. So this is what I train my agents. As soon as they are approved, immediately call the client and always be positive. Congratulate them. If they don't answer, leave a voicemail. Okay. And if you didn't talk to them directly, then also send a text, congratulatory text. It goes something like this. Hey, Jim, congrats. You were just approved for your living benefits, cash accumulation, IUL. Your policy will be issued in the next 48 hours. Call me when you free up. Have a blessed day. And also, we'll send them an email. And depending on which product you carry or use, if you have the contract available online, send them that too. Because what I run into is, I think that the clients ghost to me, or they're not answering, or they're not interested when I send them a text. Here's the thing. At least if you notify them, most people are busy. It's not usually what you think. Most people just don't really respond. Okay. But as long as you hit these 3 subjects and they know the money's going to come out, they're not going to get mad when the insurance company drafts them. But if you don't do this and the money comes out, they're going to call you, and you're going to have to kind of go into panic mode and kind of resolve it. So those are the 3 key steps just to make your business stick. Okay. And then also you're going to want to schedule policy delivery to try and recruit them if you haven't yet, and get more additional referrals. Lastly, I'm going to leave off with this. This one text message that I started using a few months ago has literally made me a ton of money. Okay. When people are just ignoring you, not responding or anything.
No, you're pulling me. Can you?
Okay. Yeah. When people are not responding, okay, they're kind of ghosting you. This will be my last text, and I'd say about 50-50, I'll finally get a response. And it's very simple. Hey, Jim, tried to reach you a few times, but didn't hear back. Where should we go from here? And that's all you send. And 50% of the times they're going to finally respond, and they're going to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm not interested or whatever. But this is non-threatening, and you're not chasing them or anything like that. So I would recommend to use that. Otherwise, appreciate your time, folks. I'm going to be transferring over to Maria Lopes. I know she works with Dave and Cindy Henning's team. She's been with them 5 years. And go ahead and take over, Maria.
Thank you, David. That was incredible. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Are you guys up and running? Everyone still awake?
Yes.
Perfect. So now we get into a little bit of the best part, right? We work hard, we grind hard, but let's recognize, right? We work hard on the field. We want to make sure that we're being appreciated, helping families. So I'm just going to go fly through a little bit of recognition. So if you can, I'm going to ask a favor, get on camera. Let's cheer for all the leaders that are having great success. If you can, unmute your mics. Let's congratulate everyone. And 1 second. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So let's get this party going. We're going to start with personal points. So congratulations, Kevin, Walter, Indira, Sharon. Sorry, guys. Is it still? Okay, we got it. Jeffrey.
Hey, Sharon.
Let's go.
Ray Rojas, Brian, Yang Bang, Smita, Bobby Sarosa, Norma, Pao Thao, Kim, Lynn,
Congratulations.
Osman, Nakisha, Patricia,
Armand.
Emma, Christian, and Lisa. And number one personal recruit so far for the month of October, Rebecca Lim. Congratulations.
Let's go, Rebecca.
Way to go,
That's
Rebecca.
some
Good job,
really
Rebecca.
good cash
Go,
flow.
go,
And you're only,
Rebecca.
what, second week of the month, right? We still got 2 more. So let's push it through. Personal recruits, Bentley, Shirley, Patricia, Corey, Christian, Latanya, Randall,
Latanya.
Julie, Brian. Look at you guys killing. Louise and Lisa, Nakisha, Nestor, LJ, Ruben, Marla. Oh my God, never
Let's
ends.
go,
the list. I
Marla.
love it.
Marla.
Bob, Ray Rojas,
Go ahead.
number 1. Oh my God, we have a 3-way split. Love it. Emma,
Woohoo.
Tyler, Patricia. Congratulations, leading from the front with personal recruits. Amazing job. Now let's
Way to
move on
go.
to 14 points,
Woo.
right?
Go.
Building a base shop. Sorry. So number 25, Melvin, Andrea,
Go, Andrea.
Nat,
Andrea.
Leonardo,
Way to
Raymond,
go.
Michelle, Bongavi, Janine Bidencourt, Sharon, Maven, Ryan, Gang Bang, LJ Bar, Pao, Kim, Lisa, David Henning, Nakisha, Arma McCarroll, Maria, Christian, and Lisa, and number 1
Let's
leading for
go.
month of October, Rebecca Lim.
Right,
Congratulations.
Rebecca.
Great job. Court recruits.
Rebecca.
Raymond, Michelle, Corey, Christian, Randall, Julie, Brian, and Lisa, Nakisha, Ruben, David, Marla, Ray Rojas,
All right, Marla.
LJ
Marla,
Bart,
again.
Emma,
Woo.
Corey, Maria Munoz,
Come on.
Kyle
Woo.
Stanford, Pao Thao, number 1 for core team, Andrea Sarosa. Great job.
Woo. Way to go, Andrea.
Let's move to frontline points. Leading from the front with your team. Let's go. Michelle, great job. Nathana, Boundhavy,
Michelle.
Go, Michelle.
Janine, Sharon,
Come on, Michelle.
All right, RC.
Young Bang, Ray, Kim,
Right,
Liz,
Ray.
Come on, Kim.
Andrea Sarosa, David Henning,
Andrea.
Tao,
Sarosa.
Munoz, Armand McCarroll, and Lisa,
Let's
Ryan,
go.
Maria, Rebecca
go.
Lim, Dan
Right.
Ebert, LJ Bart, number 1 for frontline points,
LJ.
Christian Quezada. Great
Go ahead,
Christian
Christian.
Quezada. Woo.
Moving on to frontline recruits, number 14, Randall Catrone, Julie, Raymond, Michelle, great job, guys. Corey Beal, and Lisa, Nakisha, Trisha Vaughn, Ruben Gomez, Marla,
Michelle.
Emma,
Marla.
Brian, Tyler, Maria Munoz, Ray, Armand McCarroll, Pao
Come
Thao,
on.
LJ, Christian,
Okay.
David Henny, number 2, and number 1, we got Andrea
Andrea
Sarosa.
Sarosa.
Right.
Woo-woo.
Now wrapping up, we got entire team points. Let's get this party going. Michelle, Naitana, Bounavy, Pao, Janine, Sharon, Paven, Passy,
all right,
Yang
RCs.
Ray,
Congratulations.
Kim, Liz, Nakisha, David
Way to go,
Henning,
Liz.
Emma Munoz, Pao, Armin McCarroll, and Lisa,
Woo.
Ryan, Maria Munoz, Rebecca Lim, Dan Ebert, Andrea Sarosa, number 2, Christian
Go,
Quezada,
Dan.
number
Sarosa.
1, LJ Clark.
Congratulations.
Wow. Oh, and it's week 2, 100,000, almost there. Amazing job, LJ. And last but not least, entire team recruits, Randall, Julie, Raymond, Michelle, Corey, and Lisa, Nakisha, Trisha, Ruben, Marla, Emma,
Let's go, Marla. Marla killing it.
Ray, Armand, Pao Thao,
Let's go.
Navarro, Tyler Hanford, David Henning, Christian Quezada, LJ number 2, and number 1, entire team recruits, Andrea Sarosa. Let's go. Amazing job. Congratulations, you guys. Let's keep moving. You know, what we do matters. What we do changes lives, you know. So I'm proud to be in business with each and every one of you. I'm excited to meet all of you guys in January. And I'm going to pass this over to Dan. I met Dan recently, but it has been a pleasure to be in business with him. He's like hardworking, you know, going for it. Every Saturday, he's here religiously, day, night, rain, you know. He want to see you guys win. Great, a great leader. So Dan, passing it on to you. Thank you so much. Excited to see you guys, and I hope you guys have an amazing Saturday. Have a good one.
Thank you. Good job. Well, thank you.
Awesome. Are you guys fired up or what?
Fired
I mean, you get out of bed on a Saturday morning, show up and keep your camera off and cook breakfast while you're listening. You're sitting there, you're on camera, you're taking notes, you're on time, you're ready to go. That's how we should be. Don't we have a great opportunity? So we just got our ring recently, and I'll let you know, it took 4 years in my previous company to get my ring. Took 4 months here. 4 months. Armand, it took him 6 years. He got it. So, and I was posting something about it, and somebody, and I'll tell you the response that I gave. Somebody put, "Congratulations, I love it," right? And I said, "What would you say is the difference? Do you get leads at Vantage?" I'm like, "What? No, it's all warm market." I said, "For one, I'm excited again. The fire is there. It's burning again." Didn't everybody have a fire burning inside of them at some point in their life, and somebody squashed it, or life squashed it, or you got sick, or this or that and the other thing? It's time to get excited again, because you're never going to make it big in anything in life unless you get excited, right? That's the name of the game, the energy, the excitement. So I said, I'm excited again. Secondly, our comp structure is the best in the entire industry, the best I've ever seen in a business model that's a builder's model. Lastly, mentorship and leadership are everything. I get to work with Jeff Levitan every single day, and he's showing me everything he's ever taught. And some of you guys that were here at this retreat this week, those of you that qualified, you saw that. But I want you to write down, anybody got a piece of paper they've been taking notes on this? I want you to write down on that paper you're taking notes with. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to put yes or no. Do you believe in yourself? Be honest. Do you believe in you? Do you believe you can do it? What's the first thing that flashed up in your mind? I'm glad you believe in yourself, Enliza, but there's some people that are going to put no on that piece of paper. And even if you don't believe in you right now, you probably have a great leader like Enliza or LJ or Henning or whoever Sarosa is that believes in you. So even if you don't believe in you right now, Go borrow the belief of your leader, because you bet your butt that they do. Right, Angie? Right? Angie's fired up. But your leader believes in you. I also want to ask you another question. When's the last time you gave anything in your life everything you got? I looked at Christian today. He started at 18 years old. He hit his ring in a year at 18 years old. Doesn't know anybody, right? Probably prospecting people at Starbucks or wherever he went. If he can do that at 18 years old, now he's talented. What's your excuse? Well, some of you start this thing at 30, 40, 50 years old. You have all those other years of relationships in your life, right? But I'll tell you something about that guy. He ain't scared of anything. He's fearless. Well, maybe he is scared. Everybody's a little scared. But courage is being scared and doing it anyways, isn't it? This whole world, everybody on this call, me included, needs a little bit more courage, because if everybody here got out of their comfort zone every single day, multiple times a day, you would eventually get to where you want to go in life. The biggest, worst 4-letter F word on the planet is fear. 100%. What you gonna do about that? Right? What you gonna do about you? This job, I don't call it a job, this career, just I've been here. 100 grand's minimum wage, in my opinion. Anybody like feel like that? Angie, LG, don't you think like 100 grand's like minimum wage? If you ain't making 100 grand a year here, you ain't working. You're either burying your head in the sand, thinking you're working, staying busy instead of doing what you got to do on the phone, setting appointments, doing appointments, recruiting people, making sales. That's our business right there. But if you're not making 100 grand, there's something that's holding you back, because 100 grand in this time, this era, is minimum wage. You see people coming in. Trish Vaughn did it in less than 90 days, 100 grand. Armand did it in less than 6 months. Christian, 4 months. We had a retreat here the other day. There was about 15 other people there, and all those people were in between 50 and 100. So 15 more people, probably within the next 2-3 months, are all going to have their rings. Right? Who's going to be ringing in the new year at this event coming up? Ruben Gomez, Liz Todorovic, right? Jeanette Tirado. You going to be ringing in the new year at the party, wearing that big old bling on your finger? I hope so. I hope you didn't come here to play average and ordinary, right? Average and ordinary doesn't change the world. This career, this job will give you exactly what you deserve, based on the effort you put into it. I used to work a job. Jobs overpay you what you're worth, in my opinion. Some people show up and they collect a paycheck, rain or shine. They know they're going to get a paycheck, so they do just enough not to get fired, right, at their job, and keep that, right? They pay you just enough so you won't leave. This isn't a job. This is your life. This is a reflection of who you are. But you're never going to out-earn what you feel you deserve. You're never going to out-earn your identity. So maybe if you're not making a ton of money quite yet, maybe you got to work on you a little bit. That's the hardest job. It's an inside job. You work on you harder than you work at your job, you will make it here. But if it's business as usual, hey, I'm going to watch 6 hours of football on Saturday and then another 6 on Sunday. Go look at your screen time on your phone. You know how that thing clocks your screen time? If you're on your screen more than an hour or two a day, it shows like 4, 5, 6 hours a day. You ain't doing it right. You're wasting your life. You're wasting on life on things that do not serve you. That's the name of the game. So we have a big event coming up in January. I hope all of you have a ticket for it. I hope all of you have. So the way I look at it, so it's a couple $100 a ticket. It's our trade show. It's our deal. If you get a 10-pack, it's $1,500. You get 150 a piece. The way I always look at it is this. One ticket is $1,500, but you get to bring 9 guests with you. That's the way I looked at it. Now it is less than $1,500 for one ticket. But if you bring one person and you change their life and they end up becoming a client and they refer you to a couple people, you're going to 10x your small little investment to go there. We have zero overhead. We have no employees. Most of you don't have an office. All you got to pay is your $20 a month or $40 a month for your E&O coverage after your license. And you're making about 100 to 150% if you're just starting, more than if you're just starting out in the industry. Guys, this is it. Isn't this cool? Isn't this fun? We're building a company from scratch, from zero, right? It had everything set up for us. You guys walked into it. You have the best leader ever in the industry in Jeff. John set this whole thing up, built all the infrastructure for us. You have the highest comp plan. You get to do this from home on Zoom. You don't have to drive 3 hours to an appointment for them to tell you no, right? You're going to make more money than you ever made in your life. And all you got to do is make phone calls, jump on appointments, fight for people, fight for your family, and you're going to get there. Folks, I'm getting fired up just speaking to you guys. I see all your smiles. I see all your faces, but it's our time to dominate this whole industry. You got all these 3-letter acronyms and PFS and WFG and GFI. The heck with them. It's all about Vantage. We only need one word to kick your butt. That's where we're going, and that's what we're doing. And if you follow us, if you follow myself and LJ and Rick Cam and David Henning, you're going to win. But if you do it your way and you bury your head in the sand and you don't go for it like you should be going for it every day, Ray Rojas, you're going to wake up one day and go, man, I blew it. And because of that, our families are going to suffer. There's so many people that need our help. My mom collects $1,000 a month on Social Security. That's all she's going to get for the rest of her life. Thank God I got this business that I can go out there and hustle and grind it and help people and give her a better life. Who needs you? Who needs you? Somebody in your life needs you to step up your game and be the best version of yourself, Ruben Gomez, Rebecca Lim. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm excited. I hope you are too. We're going to win. We're going to be the #1 company in the entire financial services industry. But on Saturdays, let's get more people on. We had 100 today. We're recruiting all these people. Where are they at? We're going to build this business from big event to big event. And guess what? Saturday is a big event. What kind of leader are you? Are you pushing your teams to be here? It's up to you. God gave you free will. God gave you life and he gave you free will. You can say yes or you can say no to all the little decisions you make on a daily basis. And you can do little micro improvements, right, Ray? Like Jeff was saying the other day, you can do little micro improvements, or you can sit on the couch or do busy work and all this other stuff. I'm really proud to be here in this company. I can't wait to see all those other people that were in this room, that room the other day, to go get their rings. I can't wait for you guys to go get your bling and get your ring. But people are counting on you. Remember that. Guys, I love you. God bless you. God bless this company. Let's go crush it. The weekend ain't over. I hope some of you guys are going to build your business over the weekend instead of watching the ball game. So you guys rock. Just because you rock doesn't mean you're made of stone. Have a great day. Have a great afternoon. And we'll see you later.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.